Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Erica and we talk about God's Word. We are currently reading through Esther, and occasionally I post some like vacation-y kind of stuff, like a room tour or how to make coffee that doesn't taste like crap in those little tiny coffee pots with the little pre-filled satchels, because I had to get very descriptive about that. Or sometimes I like babbly a little about my life. But right now we are reading Esther, and we are on to chapter 6. And I'm like, why are my lips so dry? Anyways, completely off topic there. So, on the topic of dry lips. All right, now we're going to read some Esther. Chapter 6, where the title is, this is kind of a shorter chapter. There are only 14 verses. So this is Mordecai honored. All right. So that night the king could not sleep. So he ordered the book of the Chronicles, the record of his reign, to be brought in and read to him. It was found recorded there that Mordecai had exposed Bigthana and Trush, two of the king's officers who guarded the doorway, who had conspired to assassinate King Xerxes. What honor and recognition has Mordecai received for this? The king asked. Nothing has been done for him, his attendants answered. The king said, Who is in the court now? Haman had just entered the outer court of the palace to speak to the king about impaling Mordecai on the pole he had set up for him. His attendants answered, Haman is standing in the court. Bring him in, the king ordered. When Haman entered, the king asked him, What should be done for the man who the king delights to honor? Now Haman thought to himself, Who is there that the king would rather honor than me? So he answered the king, For the man the king delights to honor, have them bring a royal robe the king has worn, and a horse the king has ridden, one with a royal crest placed on its head. Then let the robe and horse be entrusted to one of the king's most noble princes. Let them robe the man the king delights to honor, and lead him on the horse through the city streets, proclaiming before him, This is what is done for the man the king delights to honor. Go at once, the king demanded Haman. Get the robe and the horse, and do just as you have suggested for Mordecai the Jew, who sits at the king's gate. Do not neglect anything you have recommended. So, Haman got the robe and the horse. He robed Mordecai and led him on horseback through the city streets, proclaiming before him, This is what is done for the man the king delights to honor. Afterward, Mordecai returned to the king's gate, but Haman rushed home with his head covered in grief and told Zeresh, his wife, and his friends everything that had happened to him. His advisors and his wife Zeresh said to him, Since Mordecai, before whom your downfall has started, is of Jewish origin, you cannot stand against him. You will surely come to ruin. While they were still talking with him, the king's eunuchs arrived and hurried Haman away to the banquet Esther had prepared. That's the end of chapter 6. Like I said, it was a short little chapter. Sorry. Short little chapter. So, some thoughts on that. It's kind of ironic, don't you think, that Haman was trying to plan Mordecai's destruction, and literally he ended up collaborating and planning for the king how to honor Mordecai. So, not a lot of thoughts for you on that chapter today, but that's just a good thought there. And I do have highly underlined here, as his wife Zeresh said, since Mordecai, before whom your downfall has started, is of Jewish origin, you cannot stand against him. You will surely come to ruin. It's kind of, notated there, like he's attempting to smush him out. And every time he tries to smush him, it just is completely backfired on him. So, those are my thoughts. And I will see you next week. Like I said, this is just a short little chapter. See you next Thursday.